Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. I have the flu and it's time for our 2022 review. It is time for me to say some stats. I'm going to keep this as short as possible. If you are new here, then consider watching any of the other videos because they're probably going to better than this one. If you're not new here, then thanks so much for your support over the last 12 months, 24 months, or whatever the next one up. What's the next one up? 36 months. Maths has never been a strong point of mine. I always sit down at the end of a year and do a year in review. This is the third year in review that we've done. I usually sit and run through a load of stats, get emotional and cry. I'm going to try and keep things quite utilitarian today and serious to get to the end so that I can go back to bed. Forgive me for that if that's okay. Dan's got my list of stats and stuff that I've already collected to film this video. And I'm going to just basically do my best to recite those. So we'll start with YouTube because before that was all that there was. So for YouTube, we've helped 370,000 people from 98 different countries in the last 12-month period, which is insane. Considering when we sat down in 2020, I thought that 60-something thousand people was enough to make me cry and blow my mind. So things have still changed and still doing good things, I guess, helping people one at a time as best as we can. There's not just me here anymore. There hasn't been for a number of years, to be honest, but there's not just me. So last year, not this year, last year, Dan quit his job, and this year we grew. We doubled in size, essentially. So there's now 4 of us that work in this building, which is, in my opinion, the biggest achievement that we've had this year. Although the groundwork for what I'm sat in right now was done well before this year even started, the fact that we managed to complete it and that we're sat in it and it's still here and we've not, destroyed it is pretty epic. So the studio building is a massive achievement for me for 2022. We moved in April 1st. We had a in-person one-to-one come to work in the studio, and that was our deadline to have it done by. And we did have it done on time, but we've just had Christmas in here with the family, and if you'd have told me that I would have done this in 2020 when we started this YouTube channel, I would have laughed at you. I'd have laughed with you, but mainly at you. So that in itself is insane. In terms of me this year, I didn't enter as much, I didn't create as much, definitely not as much as I wanted to. We've had a lot of other things going on, but I did manage to get, I think, 82 recognitions, international recognitions for my work, which included a number of 90+ scores, which is incredible. I'm super pleased with those, and thank you to the judges. I had lots and lots of different finalist placings in multiple different organizations, international awards cycles, and different seasons. So I'm really, really happy with, excuse me, with all of those things. Speaking of success, in terms of awards, I guess I can't skip this part without mentioning our BTog successes. Our premium members have gone further and developed themselves more than I ever thought would have been physically possible. And so I can't move on from this point in this video without making sure that I give them the recognition that they deserve. So quite a lot of our premium membership do enter awards. You do have to do it, but quite a lot of them do. And through work with deep critiques that I've looked at, and I've done 713 individual image critiques in the last 12-month period. Through the general support from the internal community that we have with the premium membership, the BTogs have gone on to not only place in major awards, they've also gone on to beat me. They've also gone on to win international titles. And they've gone on to forge their own little kind of area, their own style, their own little mini genre of whatever it is that they shoot. And I'm so proud That's the kind of stuff that makes me cry. And I do, and I have, and I will still continue to do that. Still will cry because of their successes. So I just need to make sure basically that they get the recognition that they deserve. So huge congratulations to them. It's a big part of me. We've also done something, I guess, that I like to do. This started the year prior. Can you pass me those, please, Dan? So everybody knows I love print design. I think everybody knows that. But we've still continued to run out TogTog magazines. So this is our premium members magazines. Our members only magazines run out in print and digitally, and feature a number of great different articles, bits and pieces inside, as well as journals, I guess, of my own thoughts and feelings. But the TogTog magazines themselves are something that I'm really proud of, because I feel like it gives everybody something that they can either tangibly hold or touch to form a connection with other people, whether it's other premium members that are featured inside the magazine, whether it's me by default, whatever it might be. But in a world where everything's becoming more and more polarized and almost more and more distant, even though we're all so well connected, I think something physical and tangible is really, really important. So I'm really happy with this year's run of TogTog magazines. I guess the final point on the premium membership would be to look at where we're at now internally in that. So on YouTube, we have like 210 videos, I think, in total, 200 and something videos, I don't know. In the premium membership, we're now at like 156 videos. So it's like a second YouTube channel, but everything's like longer and more and in depth. It's my sick brain. It's really interesting to work on like how it functions. I'm finding this quite interesting. So there's over 30, I think there's like 32 or 33 full edit videos now inside the premium membership. And trust me, that number is only going to increase next year with the bits and pieces that we have planned. So thank you to all of the premium members for sticking with me through thick and thin, sickness and in health. I've got you, and I'll look after you for another year. And honestly, I just hope that you guys keep progressing as you have done, and keep succeeding and keep achieving everything that you want to. And if I can help you to do that, then I definitely will. Starting with goal setting, the live goal setting webinar, which is in January. There's information in your resource archive, okay? Of course, we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of that content, both for YouTube and also for premium membership, without the support of our amazing brand partners. The brand partners that have made the biggest difference and helped us as much as they possibly could do were Pixapro, who of course ran the giveaway with us and also basically helped to make sure that I've got everything I need to be able to create. And also Temba for supplying us with probably our best ever camera bags that we've had. We feel like we're able to trust them and just rely on them to get the job done and stay in one piece. Whether it's torrential rain, whether it is massive hikes, they're not going to let us down. So for the brand partners, we wouldn't be able to do as much as we do without having them. So big, massive thank you to those two. We have, I guess, unofficial brand partners who I personally feel are quite heavily involved in everything that we do, and who are always there to support if we need to reach out and ask for help, if we need to reach out and ask for prizes for stuff. Then there's also other people like ClickProp's Backdrops, my backdrop supplier, over there up in the back, and then of course Digital Lab, who I get all of my print artwork from. So both of those have been amazingly supportive for us, and hopefully will continue to be so for the future too. Inside 2022, we've also released technically 5 online courses: Business Bootcamp Unit 4, Business Bootcamp Unit 5, Lost Souls, Photography for Beginners, and of course, the newest kid on the block, Shit Hot Shots. Shit Hot Shots has been probably the most stressful online course I've ever released in my entire life. Shit Hot Shots caused me to fight, and I genuinely mean that, my insane fear of water. And I know this sounds like so ridiculous, but anybody who's taken that course will know the lengths that got to, and how bad my fear was. because certain things just were extremely difficult for me to do. So shit-hot shots helped me with my fear of water, but shit-hot shots also helped with a few other things as well. During the filming of that, we traveled all over the United Kingdom, including right to the top of Scotland, to probably one of the most breathtakingly beautiful locations I've ever been to in my entire life. There were quite a few times on that trip where I was in awe of what was around me, and the beauty of those locations was absolutely epic. I don't ever remember feeling like I did feel when I was there, and it's changed something inside me that's changed my perspective of both the world and also how I fit within that. And that will probably continue to change and shape the work that I do over the coming weeks and years. So I personally can't thank that online course enough, but I also know that that online course has changed a lot of your lives as well. So I really hope that that specific course, which is just shooting only course, there's no editing it at all, that shooting only course I think has got the potential to change the lives and the skills of probably the most photographers, I think, that I will ever be able to change. So if you've never looked at it, maybe now would be a good time, and I'll stop going on about it. Okay, so we did travel. Of course, we traveled for shit-hot shots. So I've mentioned that we traveled for that, but we also traveled for other bits and pieces too. I'm super grateful to have been able to teach at a number of different locations in the last year. Of course, we had our own trade stand as normal at the photography show, where we had Beanie and Alfie with us, and we did do our main stage talks, and we also did our on-stand demos, which were a super big success. So that was great. I also taught at the Residency of the North this year, and also in Italy at the Pet Photographers Club Italy retreat at Lecco, both of which just amazing experiences. And I'm super pleased to announce, if I can keep my words from coming out of my mouth, that will be teaching at both of those events again next year. So the Pet Photographers Retreat is not in Lecco, it's in Tuscany, and it's in April. So I'm really excited to be going over to Tuscany in April. We're also teaching around the world numerous different private workshops from about early April through till the end of October next year. So regardless of where you are, we're maybe gonna be there, I guess. And also some other major events. So I'll probably be seeing you at the conferences, at the shows, and bits and pieces to do some workshops and educational public speaking. We did some jobs, we did big jobs, traveled for big jobs as well this year. Some of them I can't really talk about because of NDAs, because of clients and whatnot. But some of them I think were really great fun, and also were pivotal moments in me realizing I don't want to do that anymore. And so for 2023, there's going to be a lot of changes, I think, in terms of what I do personally, and what kind of work I do, because I think I'm just at the stage now where I'm like, you know what, if I don't absolutely love doing this and this doesn't bring me joy, then maybe I shouldn't be doing it, right? Maybe this is the flu talking and I might change my mind, but I see 2023 as being kind of different. So as we lead into the next year, which is like a day away or something, I don't even know what day it is, but we're very close. We need to remember one thing, and that one thing is that on the 1st of January, the TOG Awards 2023 opens for entries. So the TOG Awards was another massive success for me personally last year. We had incredible entries, and this year I plan on making that even better. We have got sponsors who are helping with prizes. We have got loads of categories, way more categories than we had last year. We've got a completely incredible entry system, and all of that is technically live and ready to go for the 1st of January 2023. So you have until the 1st of March 2023 to prepare your entries, okay? You need to prepare your entries in line with the rules, which are all on the website. I will link everything down in the description below and also up there, up the top, and submit your images for the judging. There are 3 confirmed judges, okay? And I need you to make sure that you're putting into practice everything that we've gone through on this YouTube channel, everything that we've gone through in the monthly challenges, everything that we've gone through in our little retouching errors playlists. Make sure you have everything ticked off on that little list. Make sure your image is unique and gorgeous and beautiful, and then go ahead and enter it, because you could be the next photographer of the year 2023. And on that note, I'm going to go and wrap up warm, have some hot cocoa, probably a cup of tea as well, and maybe go for a nap. But I'll see you next week for a 5-Minute Friday.